Once I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Sixers with the biggest win we've seen in months last night down in South Beach. Eagles make some moves yesterday. WrestleMania 40 is this weekend. Tomorrow, trending in the AM live with your thoughts and opinions on all this and more in 30 seconds. And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM right here on Philadelphia Sports Network. We are live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, follow. Do it all and interact with the show as we've got lots to talk about today. I'm your host, Phil Stiefel. You can find me at Beard and Knowledge on every social media platform that I am on. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, wherever it is. That's how you find me. Make sure you look me up. Give my personal pages a follow. Guys, we got a jam-packed show today. Jam-packed. And yes, I see you. I see you always. I see all the comments. This is Trending in the AM where your opinions actually matter. And we've got a couple topics on the agenda, on the board today. Obviously, Sixers with a massive 109-105 victory last night against the Miami Heat in South Beach. Game of the year so far. The most important win so far. Inching them ever closer back out of the play-in series. 5 games left on the season. And we're all rehooked. Hook, line, and sinker. We're all brought right back in after last night. So we're going to talk about that last night, if it's for real or not. And if it is, what we want that rotation to be, what we expect out of the Sixers. Eagles give a 1-year deal. No details really announced, to slot corner, outside corner, safety, whatever you want to call him, Avonte Maddox. So he is back in the fold. And obviously, I pissed people off with thoughts on that yesterday on Twitter. Jordan Mailata got a massive 3-year extension to continue to lock him up in Philly for 3 more years, $66 million. Jordan Mailata, what a story. Now the 4th highest paid left tackle in all of football. What a story. Coming from rugby in Australia, never seen a football game. And now he's one of the best with honor, sir. So we are going to talk about those moves, what it means. Also, it's WrestleMania 40 weekend. We are going to go over the WrestleMania card, and I'm going to give you some predictions on what is going to happen this week. So let's get started. Let's get through some comments here. Reports talks of Beyond Philly's favorite host. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I wanted a long-term contract. Yeah. I was, guys, you're making jokes. Let's talk sports. We'll talk about my future and Trending in the AM's future later on in the show. We will dive into that at the very end here. Not yet. Let's talk Sixers. Let's talk Eagles. We'll get to WrestleMania in a little bit as well. But let's talk last night's Sixers game. Second game since Joel Embiid has come back. And he looked a little bit better. His stats were fantastic last night, but he looked a little bit better. Little less gassed. Played a few more minutes. Still took too many 3-point shots, but that's another subject. His defense was a little wonky last night. But Tyrese Maxey, all of a sudden, now that Joel Embiid is back, there's just another level to him. 37 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, a steal, a block, only 1 turnover. Last night, there's still so much that we got to figure out now that Joel Embiid's back. Rotation, who fits here and there and whatnot. But the chemistry between Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey is the most important thing. And last night we saw it again. How important it is. I'm just being told what did you get a Schefter, bomb there? Yeah. Are you not entertained? Is this not what you are here for? Exactly. I mean, last night, if you are not entertained by watching last night's Sixers game, the end of the game, I don't know what you're. If you could not get excited for last night's Sixers game, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have a pulse if you are not excited. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And that's to say that with the fact that Buddy Hield had a terrible game. Again, we got to talk about Buddy Hield. Tobias Harris out, maybe for a few games with a bruised knee. Nicholas Batum has not gotten into a rhythm lately. He scored all last night. Nicholas Batum's turning into PJ Tucker now for the Sixers team. But all of that is meaningless. And why is it meaningless? Because as long as Joel Embiid's back, and as long as Joel Embiid's playing well, let's just say Joel Embiid played damn well last night, then the rest just falls in line. And the rest just figures it out. I saw this. We're not going to talk about that just yet. Buddy Hield, am I right? Yeah, Buddy Hield. I don't know what to make of Buddy Hield right now. Buddy Hield was not what he was. He never been what he was his first 3 or 4 games with the Sixers. That was that honeymoon period. Happens a lot after big trades. But what he was, or what he is better than he. So he's not as great or elite as he was those first 3 or 4 games. He's not as bad as he's been the last week or 2. He's somewhere in between. He's a high volume shooter. When his shots are falling, great. When they're not, you accept that. But he's not even taking shots. He took 6 shots last night. He didn't make a single shot last night. He made a couple free throws and that was it. And I think Nick Nurse sees the struggles he's going through, hence why he only played 12 minutes and KJ Martin played 21 last night. We've got to find a way. We really, truly, want to maximize this team's opportunity in the playoffs. If we want to make sure whether or not Hield is a fit next to Joel Embiid, we got to find a way to get Buddy Hield going. And I've got the answer to that. And I think it's pretty simple. I think you put Buddy Hield in the starting lineup where he belongs. Certain players are just not good at coming off the bench. Is getting him out of his funk by putting him. Is it weird to say putting someone in the starting rotation versus the bench could get them out of the funk? I don't know. Maybe. I think he's best suited to be playing next to Joel. And when he's coming off the bench, his minutes with Joel are not as much. He's playing with Paul Reed more off the bench. Is the answer to unlocking Buddy Hield back into a certain level that we need, putting him back in the starting rotation? Oh, my God. That is wow. Wow. Best in the world, CM Punk also. Joel Embiid. Absolutely. That is Peanut's comment was a little controversial. Got to get all the jokes out now, right? Get them out now because this is the end. This is the end. My friend, the end. I don't remember all the words. PSN website has posted some cryptic tweets, has it? Well, they're not about me. That's all I can say. I want to shout out to Shane Haff, to Josh Reynolds, to the dozens and dozens, the babes on broad, of podcasters and content creators out there. A couple of pretty major sites made some massive layoffs yesterday. And a couple of them are friends of mine. Well, friends through this business, acquaintances of mine, people I've had on this show before in the past. And I know some of them will land on their feet. A lot of these bigger companies and brands that have financial backers, they just spend. And then the money runs out. They don't build the process the right way. And that's a shame. So some really great people got laid off yesterday. So shout out to some of them. Can we get back to Reddick regret? Well, I can't really talk about Hassan Reddick today, but I can in a very interesting way, K1. We were doing mock drafts yesterday on the show, and everybody wants Kool-Aid in Philly or one of the other cornerbacks in Philly. Now, Avonte Maddox, we don't know the contract details yet. We know it's a one-year deal. We know it's a cheap deal. But what that does is reiterate the fact that Howie Roseman's not drafting a cornerback with pick 22. What it does is reiterates the fact that we are drafting a defensive end in the first round. Because Hassan Reddick's gone, you now have 7 cornerbacks on the roster. Some questionable ones, but you still have 7 cornerbacks on the roster. Now that you've let Hassan Reddick go, it is imperative that your first pick is another edge rusher. And there was talk, and it was, I tried to bring it up yesterday, where they want to have Josh Sweat tailed off because of too many snaps. They want to have a solid rotation, but yet you got rid of somebody that plays over 75% of the snaps. You're going to need more bodies. Said he wants to have 4 to 5 guys rotating in there at all times. Well, you only got 3 right now. So you are drafting Chop Robinson or Latu or one of those elite guys, Verse, now more than ever. Who was it that I drafted in the first round yesterday? Dallas Turner. I don't think he falls to 22, but now because of the Hassan Reddick deal, because of the bringing back of Avonte Maddox, people telling me I'm an idiot thinking that Avonte Maddox precludes them from drafting a cornerback 1. They were never going to draft a cornerback at that first pick to begin with. But that just solidifies it. Avonte Maddox is never healthy. But when he is healthy, he's a damn good cornerback, especially in the slot. He can play safety. I think Avonte Maddox signals the end to any Eagles fans thinking a first-round drafted cornerback is coming to Philadelphia. And it's all because of Hassan Reddick, K1. What is up, Duck? Good morning. I like that Reddick regret that we all have it. What's wrong with the kid from Toledo? Who? Howie, sweet chin music, Hassan out of the Eagles. 2 words for you. Goodbye. Yeah, that's right. Very weak edge rusher draft, maybe. It does not mean Howie won't get one. Some will hit, but it may not be. Yeah, we'll see. But Howie's got to get one. I saw Verse might be there at 22, but rumor has it Howie moving up for Arnold. I can see it. I can see Howie moving up now. Howie's moved up for Jalen Carter and his son and Jordan Davis. Hassan Reddick has moved up multiple times recently. Didn't he move up for Devontae Smith as well? I believe it's 3 years in a row that he's moved up in the first round. He's got a target for cornerback or for edge, and he is going to grab it, whichever one it is. I just hope it doesn't cost too much to move up. If it's a weak end edge, draft class, every team that needs one is going to try to move up. Sweet Jeremy Chind music. That's kind of funny. No way Verse falls to 22. Yeah, I doubt that. Nate Wiggins, Clemson. But trade up a possibility. Absolutely think so. If Verse falls to 22, then we live in a similar. Yeah, just how we just outthinking everybody. Basically, is what happens if that happens. But look, I can't believe so many people thought I was crazy discussing that Avonte Maddox eliminates the first round cornerback. I was like, no, they'll still grab a cornerback because we don't have enough. Just think about the amount. We now have James Bradbury under contract, Darius Slay, Keely Ringo, Eli Ricks, Zach McPherson, Avonte Maddox, and Isaiah Rodgers. That's 7 guys. And that does not count anybody of the practice squad and camp bodies and whatnot. We have 7 guys in the cornerback room, all that could make this team. And somebody will say, well, James Bradbury sucks and he'll get cut. There's a chance he doesn't get cut. It doesn't make sense to cut James Bradbury. Hey, at least till June 1st. but B, just to have him walk away. There's a better chance of him trying to rebound under Fangio. But if he doesn't, then you cut him versus just cutting him just to cut him. You keep him. So Avonte Maddox doesn't signal the end, but it tells you the message of what Howie Roseman's needs will be come draft day. And again, like I said, come draft day, he will be drafting a defensive end in the first round. There is literally, I am so confident in that now that is the way this is going to go. So confident. Terry Arnold, Alabama. Arnold is terrible. Still reeling from the Diggs trade. I still can't. And basically, Houston. Now, I mean, Houston's going to be pretty elite this year with Diggs. But if you saw the details of the Diggs trade, they basically gave up that second round pick. And I guess they restructured his contract, so he's basically playing on a 1-year deal, and he'll become a free agent after that. So they basically paid a second round pick for a 1-year deal with Stefon Diggs. And Stefon Diggs, because it's now just a 1-year deal, and he'll be a free agent next year, is going to play out of his mind to get that big contract. It's a crazy thought process goes into that deal there. Cooper DeJean, safety, Iowa. A lot of Eagles drafters have him mocked to the birds. I just don't see them taking a safety there either. Literally, the Eagles will draft a defensive end, a defensive tackle, or an offensive tackle with their first pick. There is a 98% one of those three positions is that first pick. Just saying. I have a strong feeling that we trade out of the first round. Drafting a cornerback doesn't sound like a Howie move. It is too much of a gamble in the first. Trade out of. So while some people in the comments are saying that the Eagles are going to trade up to get the end they want, Peanut's saying they trade out. I showed you a draft yesterday. I've done a multiple mock drafts on Twitter where the Eagles back out of the first round altogether as well, pick up future assets. I don't think they'll do that, but there are scenarios where that could happen for sure. I think they want their defensive end to pair with Nolan Smith, to pair with Josh Sweat, to pair with Bryce Huff, to pair with Brandon Graham too. So I guess technically there's 4 on the roster right now. Does the Hassan Reddick, something I was thinking about yesterday with Hassan Reddick being gone, with the fact that Howie talking about wanting a good solid 4 to 5 man rotation, is there a scenario where they draft a defensive tackle in the first round? And we heard about it after the draft last year that there were possibilities at times of Jalen Carter playing on the outside because he can get after the quarterback so well, and he'd be he'd be very hard for people to stop on the outside. So they draft one of those defensive tackles. If one of those slips and you just have a rotation of ends and tackles, and sometimes you slide Carter on the outside. That could be a scenario that I see play out as well on occasion. Coping for days. Howie is tuning up the band for Bradbury. Is he? Is he? I don't know about that. I hear you, TMZ. Safe space. Now, this is a safe space, always. Koopa. Yeah, you got to say Koopa. Koopa. Diggs has lost a big step. No games over 100. Maybe his quarterback sucked. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Latu. If he fell to 22, I think it would be worth it. But I am not trading massive assets to get up into the top 15 to get him, which is where a lot of people project Latu to go. He's got a major injury questions coming out of college. I don't remember every little detail on him, but I know he's been hurt a lot in his college career. And I don't feel comfortable moving up and moving assets to draft an injury-prone player. We already got enough of them in Philadelphia. Okay? We just talked about Joel Embiid and how he looks coming back. I'm not confident or comfortable moving assets to go get a Latu. I'd rather him fall to me. That's how I would do it. That stud Alabama defensive end looks like another Nolan Smith. I don't know if this is a joke or serious or sarcasm or a bashing of Nolan Smith. Like, I don't know. I'm hopeful. very hopeful that Nolan Smith can have a really strong sophomore season here in Philadelphia. There were people last year before the draft on this very show coming on as guests talking that the Eagles should draft him with the Jalen Carter pick. There were people that were predicting Nolan Smith would be a top 10 pick last year, and he fell to us at 30. So in my mind, I have nothing but positive hope for him. Serious observation, but in a good way because you think Nolan Smith is really good, or in a bad way because you think Nolan Smith's a bust. That's what I don't get about your comics. I don't know enough about the Bama kid. Dallas Turner is that guy. Well, we had him in the draft yesterday here that we did live on this show. We did. Now, I don't think he falls to 22. If you want Dallas Turner, Howie's going to have to package some future assets to move up to about 12 to 15 to get him, in my opinion. Yeah, he needs to bulk up a little bit. I don't think as much as people realize. I think he just needs to fill into his body. He's still a young kid. Maybe some more muscle mass, but it bulks up too much, then he loses that speed, which makes him so special or potentially special. I have utmost confidence that we will see a different version of Nolan Smith in 2024. Trade out Nolan the bus. Stop. One good Georgia player out of 5 drafted by Howie. I don't know about that. We've had a few good Georgia players. Nakobe Dean would be the only one that I have question marks on. That's the only one. And I was so hyped for Nakobe Dean last year. I really was. I took the bait from his half a game he played the year before when Kazir White went down. And he played the second half for White and had all those tackles and stuff. I bit it. I bit the bait. I took it. I thought he was going to be pretty elite. But injuries, which was his problem coming out of college, bit him all year long. Now we've got Devin White. So maybe Nakobe Dean playing next to Devin White, we see an improvement. Maybe we get Edrin Koopa as well. And we start the formation of a real linebacker trio there. Maybe. Maybe Devin White has got something left in the tank that he's been saving. He's only 26 years old, former all-pro linebacker. Maybe we see a rebirth from Devin White. Maybe linebacker is not the issue we think it might be. Maybe. Coach him up. Desai and Patricia suck. Well, that part is without a doubt accurate. Desai was overmatched. And I brought that up on this show last year. When Desai was hired, I'm like, why? What has he done? And he hadn't done anything. He had been the defensive coordinator once with Chicago. And I kept saying, well, maybe it's because Chicago was a train wreck that year. But he did nothing. He'd been an assistant everywhere else. And he just failed. Patricia, we questioned whether that was a smart move for the Darius Slay aspect of it as soon as he was brought into Philly. Both of them were terrible. I actually don't blame Matt Patricia as much as other people do. Matt Patricia should, A, never been brought here to begin with. B, should have never been promoted mid-season the way he was and the way that Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman handled that transition, saying he wasn't the defense coordinator, but he was calling the plays. And then behind the scenes, he's being called the defense coordinator and taking the press conferences for the defense coordinator, but still calling Sean Desai the boss and this and that. Matt Patricia stunk, but I don't blame him for the situation that the Eagles put him in. That's what I would say about Sean Desai or Matt Patricia. Media swarmed Liam at the English estate. No comment. Stop. Fangio is double greater than Desai. Yeah, absolutely agree with you on that. That is not an argument there. Fangio, very good. I hope. I mean, he's better than Patricia and Dean. But I don't know how great he is. Dean been had time. Had been bad time? I don't know. Had time? I don't know. Desai didn't get an opportunity to play out the season or adjust. Patricia was just crap. Yeah, I don't blame Sean Desai either. I mean, we were 10-1 when he lost the job. And then we were what? Patricia. Everyone's saying that he was doing bad, but we were in despite it. But let's be honest. Should have given a little bit more opportunity. Maybe the season turns out differently if we did. Um, Patricia did worse than Desai. Right. I agree with you, Duck. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is he should have never been put in the position he was put in to fail to begin with. So I blame the team, the organization, for putting Patricia there to begin with. It was supposedly Nick Sirianni's idea to move from Desai to Patricia, yes. But was it Nick Sirianni's idea to bring him in the first place? Who brought him in the first place? Whose idea was it? I got a smudge on my glass, and it's been bothering me for 25 minutes here on this show. I should have cleaned them before I went live on the show. Oh, man. You don't realize how much you need glasses till you start wearing them, and then you take them off. This is correct, K1. Patricia had Lori's fingerprints all over it. His fantasy, his fascination with the New England Patriots and the Robert Kraft way of doing business. Totally agree with you on that. So you blame Lori a little bit, blame Howie Roseman a little bit, blame Nick Sirianni a little bit. Yes, Matt Patricia stunk, but Matt Patricia, we talked about rookie quarterbacks being set up for failure. Matt Patricia was set up for failure too. There's no doubt about it. That is just the way it is. But you have to think under Vic Fangio. And again, Vic Fangio is very similar to a lot of other things the Eagles have done this offseason. Take Devin White, for example. Vic Fangio might not be great, but he's better than what we had. Just like Devin White. Might not be great, but he's better than what we had. And that's what we're looking at here. You got to think Vic Fangio is going to be better. He's going to get more out of his players. You're going to see a better version of Nolan Smith. Will it be a good enough version to justify that late first-round pick? We don't know. Will Nakobe Dean be better? Yes. Will he be that elite linebacker from Georgia? We don't know. But everyone should be. That's why James Bradbury, that's why Avonte Maddox signing signals the end of a first-round cornerback for the Eagles, because James Bradbury might be better. Darius Slay. Everybody is going to be better on that defense under Fangio versus Desai Patricia combo. That's why every day that passes, you can read more and more into what Howie's building and planning towards the draft. And right now, between Reddick, between Maddox, between everything that's happened, defensive end or maybe defensive tackle is the first pick. And there is a chance of a trade-up for them. Patricia should not have been here. He was supposed to give insight into AFC, which he didn't do. Patricia is Lori, New England. I agree. 1,000% with you. Totally disagree. Maddox signing means we don't go cornerback in the first round. Can't have too many corners, big guy. But you call me the big guy? Am I Ryback now? I disagree. We have not drafted a cornerback in the first round since Lito Shepherd, whatever year that was. What, 2000? Something like that. Well north of 20 years. Okay? And you've got 7 cornerbacks in a room. And you have invested. Anybody saying we haven't invested in cornerbacks? We've invested a lot of money in Bradbury and Slay. We've invested a draft pick to trade to get Isaiah Rodgers here. Mid-round draft picks on Ringo, undrafted free agent, but time invested in Ricks. You've got Zach McPherson, who was a 4th-round pick coming off of an injury. That's an invest. They have invested in cornerback, and there are 7 cornerbacks in the room. Now, mind you, saying that they're not going to draft one in the first round, I don't think it eliminates them trying to trade for Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn. Patrick Surtain, hopefully. It doesn't eliminate that. But staying at 22 and taking Kool-Aid or whoever is there, I think is eliminated from the conversation. Howie could have done it a few years ago and gotten It was Gonzalez, the dude from Oregon, and one other guy. There were two elite cornerbacks, and he didn't do it. He's not going to make that investment into a cornerback at 22. He's got 7 cornerbacks. Maybe he drafts one in the 4th round or something like that again. Maybe. But I doubt it. But I don't think that one of the first-round prospects has any chance of being in Philadelphia. And I would bet the farm on that right now, K1. We all know Maddox won't make it past week 6. And that's fine. And I agree. I'm not saying I I love the Jordan Mailata extension. Love it. We're going to talk about that again in a second. Love the Jordan Mailata extension. Absolutely. But I'm not in love with the Maddox sign. But it just tells me a story. We talked about it last year. We talked about it last offseason, last camp. You can't help the club from the top. Avonte Maddox and Dallas Goedert are 2 guys that get a free pass in the city for far too long because they're far too injury prone. We all complain and bitch and moan about how made of glass Joel Embiid is. But, oh, God, if we lose Avonte Maddox, that's a big deal. I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you what the story that's being told by Howie tells me, what the painting that is being written looks like to me. And Maddox tells me that at 22, a cornerback is just not happening. Who is a surprised established defensive end trade for Howie? Is there an established defensive end that's on the market? I mean, obviously, Brian Burns got traded. Most of the other guys that were in contract disputes and all have all settled. I don't know. I haven't heard any rumors of any ends or edges that are available. I mean, I know the Chargers had put some of their guys, like Bosa, on the block, but they traded their wide receivers instead to fix their cap issue. I don't know. Matty B, you talk about the secondary as if they're an elite group. Why do you talk about that room like that? Just because you have bias. Oh, okay, first and foremost, never said they're an elite group. Okay? I'm talking about it from a business, thinking Howie Roseman does this as a business, and that's what I'm thinking about. They also were pretty damn elite in 2022. 2023, they stunk. There's got to be a middle ground. James Bradbury is not as bad as he played last year. He's not as good as he played in 2022. He's somewhere in between. Darius Slay still is an average cornerback. They invested time, energy, picks, and money into developing Ricks and Ringo. You can't just develop guys and not at least try to get your return on that money. I mean money, not specifically, but the investment. They invested in bringing in low risk, high reward in Isaiah Rodgers. They're not established. Ricks, Ringo, and Rodgers. McPherson's still technically, what's he in his 3rd year, 4th year? Still not established. But you got to have faith. If you put an investment in, you want to see that through. I'm not saying they're elite in any way. They have shown elite ability at times. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's been forever since I got McDonald's breakfast. What? Booty, yeah. Massive Sixers win, and we're talking. I tried. I started the show off with Sixers talk. Biggest win of the season to date, without a shadow of a doubt. You guys are the ones that changed the narrative to the Eagles. Not me. You guys. I know. I got you. This Egg McMuffin. Actually, you know what? Strike that. I was going to say Egg McMuffin is the worst breakfast sandwich out there. McDonald's breakfast is the worst thing out there ever. Hate McDonald's breakfast. Just saying. TMZ, y'all got bodies in your diva. Yeah. Algo loves the Eagles. It does. I thought putting some WrestleMania stuff in the title in the picture would help the algorithm. It didn't. I'm going to make my WrestleMania predictions in a little bit here. I'm writing it down. 1 sausage McDuffin with egg. Terrible. McDonald's is awful. I'm loving it. Now, it's terrible. McDonald's breakfast is the worst. Let me go over. First off, Taco Bell breakfast. That's where it's at. If you haven't had Taco Bell breakfast, their breakfast crunch wrap, pop it. Chick-fil-A breakfast, obviously better, without a doubt. Okay. I don't know if I've ever had Wendy's breakfast. Burger King breakfast is good. McDonald's breakfast sucks. That's all I'm gonna say. Do. Yeah. Um, have you had your break today? No. Really? Taco Bell breakfast is actually they have a little breakfast box. You get the crunch wrap breakfast with meat in it. You get hash brown. You get some cinnamon bun egg rolls and a coffee, and it's like $5. Problem is, it doesn't open up early enough. It's only breakfast is only like from like 9 to like 11 or something like that. At least the one out here by my house. I love a good Taco Bell breakfast. It's actually really, really, really tasty. All right, let's talk about Jordan Mailata. Let's switch to the offensive side a little bit. Then we'll get back to the Sixers. Then we'll talk WrestleMania. Then we'll screw around for a few minutes, and the end will come. Phil, what do you like from Taco Bell normally? I have no idea. I get whatever. Whenever I order Taco Bell like meals, it's random because I'm drunk and I need something. It's not because I want it. I never have asked, oh, I really want Taco Bell today. No. It's when I'm enjoying myself a little too much and I need some greasy, crappy food in my stomach. You gotta try it, man. I don't know if it's $5 everywhere. In my town, it's $5 for their breakfast box. And it's banging. It's banging. Do not besmirch the McGriddle. The McGriddle sucks. It does. Breakfast at McDonald's is terrible. Plain and simple. I used to like their little breakfast burritos, but even those got funky. Terrible. Terrible, overrated. All right, let's go. Taco Bell meat is pigeon. I heard it's oatmeal, actually, that they mix oatmeal into their meat to thin it out. But you don't have that kind of stuff in breakfast. It's eggs and bacon. Just saying. Anyway, Jordan Mailata signs a 3-year, $66 million extension. This man never played, never saw, never even watched a minute of football in his life until he got drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, basically. And now is the 4th highest paid tackle in football. That is, a story. Like, there is an actual movie script somewhere in the Jordan Mailata life. It could come with the end, the celebrating of the Super Bowl at the end, or him signing another contract at the end. Like, there is a story to tell. Who would be the actor to play Jordan? Probably The Rock. We're about to talk WrestleMania in like 20 minutes. If we're going to do a Jordan Mailata story, who else than a Samoan that's got a little bit of that, that feel of Jordan Mailata to play Jordan Mailata? I like that because there is a movie to be made here on Jordan Mailata's life. The Rock would play him. But it's fantastic to see what he has done with his career. And now between him and the extension to Landon Dickerson, the left side of your offensive line is now set for the next 7 to 10 years. I already think Jordan Mailata, he's already, barring a massive injury or something, he's going to be in the Eagles Wall of Fame. He is. Same thing with Jordan. This offensive line completely could be in the Eagles Hall of Fame. Cardboard? Yeah, that's right. We will be eating the bug soon. What? All right. Give us the news. No. We're talking other things. In the room, elephant in the room, eyes. Mailata needed that extension. He was already. I need to know more about it because, this extension doesn't even kick in for 2 more years. He still is under contract for 2 more years. So I'm not sure why. And I haven't seen the full breakdown. I wonder. Just spitfiring here, Martian. Is this to save more cap space this year to make another move? Is this a move to stretch some cap hits out so that Patrick Surtain can get his extension here? Just saying, just asking. Don't know. But it could be. It could be. What is all this going on here, guys? The Rock can't do an accent to save his life or anyone else. That's true. That is true. The final boss stinks. Went for the low hanging fruit and shade. Yeah, so stupid. I mean, I know he's got to get some heel heat. The Rock he was doing. If you guys missed it, he was at one of the WrestleMania pre-events yesterday, and supposedly it was like an hour and a half late. He went out to the stage and said the reason why I was late is because I was busy watching YouTube videos of Jalen Hurts losing in the playoffs. Instant heel heat, of course. And you'll like it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 22nd pick and a future third could. I don't know if it should. It could. I'll take that Hassan Reddick pick. They can have that Hassan Reddick pick, okay? Whether it's a third or a second, and our 22nd, and get me Patrick Surtain. And then maybe this Mailata extension will come into play because maybe it affected the cap this year. I don't know. I've seen the numbers of what's guaranteed and stuff, but I don't know what it does to the salary cap, if anything at all. I'm just hypothetically speaking on that one right there. What are these things that you guys keep all putting in here? Like, this is like 9 times you guys have put that. I can't tell on my screen what some of those emojis are. Like, I can't. Hell, I'd give Denver 2/3. Sure. I've been saying it for a while. I want Patrick Surtain. Do it. That's the only way. Number 22. It's an elephant. I can't, dude, trust me. It does not look like an elephant on my screen. Just telling. I would give 2/3 and the 22nd for him too. That's why I said it could, but I don't think it will. They're just one. I am absolutely. It's the only way we're getting a cornerback at 22 is if it's in a trade. Literally. Dude, guys, just keep spamming the comments because all you're doing is helping the algorithm and helping me talk about whatever I want because you're not bringing anything to the show. I will make the announcement at the reset at 9 a.m. Okay? I will make all the announcements at 9 a.m. at the reset. And I'm not even putting that up on the screen, TMC, because that's inappropriate. We will tilt Phil until we get the goods. I promise. 9 a.m. reset, and we will make all the announcements. We are clamoring for the trending AM news. Yeah, I know. You guys just love me so much. You love me so much, you probably didn't even hit like on the video yet today, guys. That is how much. But all these spamming with these elephant things, supposedly elephant things, is what is it's only going to help the algorithm. And there's only 8 or 9 likes on the video, so you guys stink anyway. He could see that. I can see it all. Oh, I saw what you put up there, and I liked it, but I ain't putting it up there. You idiot. You child. You are a child, plain and simple. But the Jordan Mailata thing was great. 11 viewers and 10 likes is amazing efficiency. There's only 11 viewers live right now, but there's been up to 18 at different times throughout the show. And actually, we've got 146 people watching right now between the 6 different platforms that I'm on, 3 different Twitter pages, 2 YouTube pages, and a Facebook page. So there's 147 people watching right now. I guarantee you across all platforms, there's not 147 likes on the video yet. Just saying. Yeah, it's we got some children in the house. Children. Let me tell you. Children in the house. What can I say? You guys are just fantastic. Got to keep the coffee going. Packing? How do people with normal lives, with 9 to 5 jobs, with kids, how do they move? The mortgage process has been exhausting. We go to settlement on our new house on Monday. The paperwork process has been exhausting. Packing is exhausting. Planning a move is exhausting. How do normal people do it? I don't know. I'm terrified of packing this house up and moving. I am. And then I got to unpack it all. Terrified. It's annoying and I'm running a freaking business at the same time. Twitter needs to like the live. Twitter definitely does not hit like enough on these shows. It's hard reset time. No. Yeah. Where your opinions actually matter. Your opinions do matter. They always do. What do you expect when you get a bunch of sports fans? Yeah, exactly. Bunch of sports fans in one place. I should expect some childish behavior. More so at night when you're all like liquored up and stuff like that. That is when I would expect the childish. Not at 8 a.m. We'll be watching Liam stream. Yeah, probably. You will. Yeah, because I am leaving. Mortgage process is more invasive than I've never had a colonoscopy, but I cannot disagree with you on this one, Doc. It has been exhausting. And every day there's a new document for me to sign. Every day there's something new for me to read over. Every day there's this. It's insane. Insane. Trying to get checks cut and where's the money coming from and whatnot. God damn, it's annoying. Um, Phil, I'm pretty sure people have moved before. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We're not confirming nothing right this second. We will in 12 in 15 minutes. Can't remember when Liam's stream starts. Um, yeah. Guys, don't give Liam a hard time. Um, I love Liam still. Phil, you don't Irish up your morning brew. I do not. It's actually one of my least favorite things, Duck, which is alcohol in my coffee. I don't. I for some reason it makes me feel not like it's just gross to me. There's two things I can't mix alcohol with: Coke, so I can't do rum and Coke or Jack and Coke, and I can't do liquor in my coffee. Those two things, for some reason, it just if I'm gonna have anything special, anything extra in the morning, it would be a Bloody Mary, especially a good spicy jalapeno Bloody Mary or a bacon jalapeno Bloody Mary. Ooh, that sounds good. But that's the only way I go anything above coffee or orange juice in the morning is if it's a Bloody Mary. I cannot do alcohol mixed with my coffee. Phil leaving PSN is like the time CJ left. CJ who? CJ who? All right, you guys won't shut up. So we're gonna do our reset now. Anyway, I got to get moving this morning anyway. So we'll do the reset now. You're watching Trending in the AM right here on Philadelphia Sports Network. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Do it all. Do it all. And right back to the comments with no announcement. I agree. I will drink a coffee liquor instead of dropping vodka or whiskey. I won't do Bailey's in my coffee. I won't do I know people like Zambuca in their coffee. Won't do any of it. Coffee and liquor do not mix, in my opinion, one bit. The elephant news in the chat. Green Day song. Irish coffee is. I don't do it, man. I don't even like Irish coffee flavored creamer. I don't. With the suspense commercial break. Do I need to put a commercial up on the screen? I used to have commercials. We'll play the outro for a second. And we're back on the commercial break right there. We might have commercials in the coming future. That is all thanks to, yes, I am leaving PSN. This is my last Trending in the AM. Next week was going to be my last week of Trending in the AM, but then we bought a house. So this is the end of Trending in the AM on Philadelphia Sports Network. Somebody finally chiming in from Twitter. Yo, shout out to my guys over at BGN. Shane Half, Mark Henry. Their show was fantastic. Deeb's doing post game over there. A lot of great people lost their jobs over at BGN. And here I am, not losing my job, leaving my job for a new job. Yes, I am going to Edge of Philly. Trending in the AM is going to take a 2-week hiatus after today. I will still be doing Fairway to Heaven on Tuesday nights, but Trending in the AM is done as of today for a 2-week break while I move. I was going to do it next week, but we're now moving next Sunday, so I've got a lot of packing to do next week and then unpacking to do the week after that. So yes, in 2 weeks I forget where I wrote down, April 22nd. I believe that's the Monday. The Monday before the NFL draft, Trending in the AM will be back on the Edge of Philly Sports Network. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So check them out. Big Al and I, both from the same parish growing up. We've known each other for a while. Big supporter of the show. Has always wanted me there. It's time to take my wings and go somewhere else. So make sure you guys find Edge of Philly and continue in 2 weeks tuning in to the best morning show in Philadelphia. Edge of Philly, me. Yeah. Oh, wow. Lee, it's on Reddick too. Something like that. Are you going to rip down the Tommy Fathead? I have to rip it down. It's not a fathead. It's a cardboard cutout, the thing that you wave in the air. So that's coming down no matter. I don't know how these Eagles and Phillies fatheads will come off the wall or not. They've been there for a very long time. Yes, it is EOP. It is. It is. That's bull. No, it's not bull. It's what it is. Big Al been in the stream far too often. He was in the stream before we even started talking about it. Before we even started talking, he's always been a supporter It's another brand. It's another network. Yeah. Nope, 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 nope. EOP, Big Al, Scouting Heart. He has. We both went to Holy Cross, so it is what it is. To me, it's just another example of Eagles fans trying to deny reality that there are massive personnel and coaching issues on this team. The Eagles are trending downward. That is such a negative thought process. Negative thought process. You're not the only one that does that. I got some other people in my DMs telling me that the Eagles are going to fall completely on their face. I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. Um, Basically, Duck, you are spot on with that. Yes, my man. You know it was coming. There are a few people that knew it was coming. Um, he did. He did. He did. I have seen Catholic guilt used for a lot, but to move on other channels, that is not why. That is not why. That is just a coincidence. I just happened to mention where I went to school, and we just happened to be at the same place. That's all I'll say about that. He's just a lot older than me. At least welcome. No, Matty B is already. Matty B is already hazing the hell out of me in the group chat. Just saying. Um, Oh yeah, we're gonna. Me and Matty B are going to have to do a show together for sure, and me and him will duke it out big time, um, for sure. All right, guys, let's get back off of that. That's right, Crusaders. I got my Holy Cross 8th grade yearbook somewhere in here. Packing up, I saw it. Where is it? Here it is. Packing up the desk, and I found my 8th grade Holy Cross 1993-1994 yearbook right here. Right here. We're gonna have fun here. Screw the show. Screw everything else. Let's see here. Let's find me in the 8th grade yearbook. Let's zoom in on the camera. You can see what 8th grade Phil Stiefel, beardless Phil Stiefel, used to look like in the 8th grade at Holy Cross right there with the USA symbol right next to me. There you go. That's 8th grade, not high school. That's 8th grade. I don't know where my high school yearbook is. That is 8th grade. That is 13-year-old Phil in that picture right there. There you go. Can you stick a link in the comments? I can't. I can't. That's why you got to be following me on social media. Just Google search EOP or Edge of Philly Sports. That's where you'll find it. Edge of Philly Sports. Or when the Monday of the draft comes, I'll be live. Just Google search, not Google search, YouTube search, trending in the IM. Because it's still going to be in the title. It's still the name. We're going to refresh the logo a little bit, refresh the intro, but we're going to do it. That was 1993 slash 94. 93/94. Holy Cross Crusaders right there. That was my 8th grade yearbook right there. I don't know. I can't even believe I have it. I actually still have somewhere in this box back here. I haven't unpacked or gone through it yet. I still have my Holy Cross baseball jersey in there still, from when I was in the 8th grade. Can you stick a link? No. Okay. No, I can't do that. Let's see your high school. I don't know where it is. Why I have my 8th grade yearbook, but not any of my high school yearbooks, I have no idea. Yeah, that would be very unprofessional of me to do that. I have done a lot for Grace, but she didn't do that much for me. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get off those topics. Let's have a little fun here for the final 20, 30 minutes of the show. It's WrestleMania weekend, and I have been very vocal on saying Big House Pat Riley. I don't know about that. Um, been very vocal saying that the Rock return is absolute dog trash, and I have no interest in it. Oh, I thought you were older than me. Oh, now we're back on this. I thought you were older than me. Do these have the other grades in it? Let's see. 5th or 6th grade. Let's see here. 93. You didn't make the football team in 93. I'll tell you that because your name's not on the football team list there. Let's see. They're the cheerleaders. Let's see if they have the other grades. All right. Let's see if I could find a. These are really bad pictures. Grades 5/6. Yeah, those pictures are way too tiny. I can't see those. There's no names on that list there. Um, yeah. So I've been very vocal that The Rock sucks. That the return sucks. I sold my WrestleMania tickets because I am moving and I cannot go. But I'm actually kind of glad because I am not interested in this WrestleMania at all. Not at all. This is the only thing that I'd be interested in seeing at WrestleMania. Does Jason Kelsey make an appearance? I think there is zero doubt that Jason Kelsey will be out there. zero doubt in my mind that we will see Jason Kelsey out at WrestleMania. Now, doing what? I don't know. I mean, he's retired, so if he wants to get physical, he could. But my best guess to what he does is he goes out into the ring to fire up the crowd. A heel comes up. This is actually how the Jason Kelsey scenario, because there's talk that A-Town down, under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller will be pulled from the tag team match. That Jason Kelsey goes out to fire up the crowd. Then here comes A-Town down and Grayson Waller out to the ring to confront him and to bash, to get some heel heat, to get the crowd fired up. And as they about to get physical with Jason Kelsey, you hear the glass break, and here comes Stone Cold, delivers a couple stunners to Waller and Theory. Then Kelsey pushes them over the rope, and then the two of them crack beers, chug some beers in the ring. Everybody's happy at WrestleMania. That is what I see Jason Kelsey's appearance being. That's just mine. Not sure what you guys think of that, but that's how I see it. Besmirching or just stating facts? I don't know. Can't wait till Phil 2.0. That being said, wrestling sucks. Yeah, it's boring to me now. Did you make money off the ticket? I did make a few bucks. Yes, I'm planning on getting a new tattoo with the money down the line. So I did. I just can't be at WrestleMania. By the time, if you go to WrestleMania on Sunday, ends at 11:30. Get to the car by 12. It's gonna take me an hour to get out of the parking lot. So now we're talking 1. An hour home. That's 2. Probably another hour to fall asleep. That's 3 a.m. I could be at settlement at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. There's no way. And then after that, I'm going to want to start moving. I'm going to want to make 3 or 4 runs. We're going to be moving boxes and boxes of stuff from Monday through Saturday. And then next Sunday, the 14th, we'll move all our furniture. I got to get a lot done. I can't do it. I can't put my body through WrestleMania and then a move immediately afterwards. Just can't do it. BGN lay off everybody or something? Yes. But Bleeding Green Nation laid off everybody that worked on the radio side. Bleeding Green Nation Radio, all their podcasters, all their content creators. SB Nation as well. Josh Reynolds, he's been on this show in the past. Life is Ball podcast, great basketball content guy. Got laid off from that site. A lot of media sites that are backed by bigger conglomerates, because BGN is actually, run by Vox, I think it is. They're backed financially by a bigger. They're just making cuts. A lot of these big sites are making cuts. And let me just be honest with you, Jacob and All City, Philly, are going to be in the same boat in 2 or 3 years. They go all in and they overpay all these big names because they think it's going to turn them into the next WIP or something like that, instead of just giving a little money and building it from the ground up. They do, their business models don't work long term. So yes, BGN, all the content creators, according to Brandon Gouton, the writing and the website is going to stay the same and remain as is, but the radio content podcast end of it, no more. I couldn't be. I mean, I'll have it on Saturday night and Sunday night here at the house, but I won't be on the edge of my seat. I'll be working throughout it. I'll be doing things throughout it. That's just my opinion. What would Kelsey's song be, though? Easy. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles flight song. He'd come out. You know what they should do? I'm going to add to the Jason Kelsey story. The Jason Kelsey story will be he comes out to the actual band that plays the flight song. The band live on stage playing his flight song, the Eagles flight song. And here comes Kelsey. Just saying. It would work. Let go a lot of the normal support people. A lot of them. A lot. And so did a lot of other sites, too. It was originally his site, too, wasn't it? I think he was the original founder, and I think he sold out, but has been working there. But that's just what it is, yeah. Great decision, yeah. Kemsky and Gouton got laid off. A lot of people got laid off. A lot of them. AI is destroying a lot of content creators. Yeah, for sure. Shane is on. Yeah, Shane's part of EOP and BGN. He's been laid off. He had a great show over there that he did. Shane's a great content creator. I mean, really smart guy. Really, real smart guy. He's been a regular contributor to Trending the AM since its early infancy days years ago. I hope Kelsey comes out to Fly Eagles Fly Coldplay version. Yeah. Um, but that's my first prediction right there. That he and Stone Cold whoop up on a little 8-town down under. That's my opinion there. I'm looking. I wrote down the entire WrestleMania card here. If anybody wants a prediction on any specific match, you let me know. I'm just a sexy boy. Mm, just a sexy boy. Mm. Yeah, you'll see Shawn Michaels. You'll see a lot of legends. I mean, it's WrestleMania. It's a 2-night event. It is what it is. I also feel like it's a little overblown because you have it 2 nights. You get a lot. WrestleMania is supposed to be the event of all events. It's supposed to be the Super Bowl, but they've made it 2 days now, and they've just filled it with so many messages or matches that aren't important. That's right. It is the final reset for old time's sake. You're watching Trend in the AM right here on Philadelphia Sports Network for the last time. 2 weeks somewhere else. Hit that like button, share button, subscribe button, all that. Do it one final time for me, guys. One final time. There you go. Happy, sad, but yes, this is the end. How does the Doors song go? This is the end. It's actually gonna be like you would think if I'm taking 2 weeks off, it'd be a nice reset for me, but it's gonna be such a wild 2 weeks. Man, I don't know. But yeah, make sure you guys go check out Edge of Philly, or just subscribe to my personal pages and Twitter pages and stuff like that, and I'll share it out. Some of these matches just don't make sense on WrestleMania. Does anybody care about Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dom Mysterio? Nobody does. Thrown together at the yes, it'll still be at 8 a.m. Still 8 a.m. to 9:30 every single day. Muchas gracias. I appreciate it. Appreciate it massively. That's right. Play closing time. I thought that was I came out when I was in college. It was such a good song. But there's so many matches like Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Escobar, Rey Mysterio, Dom. Like over. Like I don't care. There's no jazz to it. Rhea Ripley versus Becky. I don't care. Don't care about it. Jimmy and Jey Uso, Yeet versus Yeet. Like it should be exciting. I'm not excited for it. The matches that I'm excited for. I'm excited for Cody versus Roman, main event of night 2. We'll get to that in a second. Bailey versus Io Sky. Kind of excited about that. And the Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. That's what I'm excited about. That's it. I don't know. No, they weren't beefing for the longest time. And then just randomly he showed up and beefed with them again. Like, it's like, oh, we don't have anything for these guys to do, so we'll just throw that together. So much of WrestleMania this year feels just randomly thrown together in the last 2 weeks. Like Gunther versus Sami Zayn. They got that story wrong massively. I agree with this. I do. I also believe Damian Priest cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Drew McIntyre. I almost called him Drew Galloway. Drew McIntyre. That's how little I've been paying attention. I'm still thinking of Drew by his old name. I think that's where he gets his cash in. Or if Rollins wins, maybe that's it. Or maybe he does a Rollins and cashes in mid-match, like Rollins did against Brock Lesnar and whoever else that was. Maybe that's the way it plays out. What should I wear to Mania Night 1? Devontae Smith jersey or Joel Embiid jersey? That's a tough one. I would go Joel Embiid. You might see Joel Embiid there. Maybe Joel Embiid will see you there in it and shout you out. Yeah, Mitch knows. Mitch is in the same group chat as I am now in. It all makes sense now. Mitch been in the chat. Mitch has been a fan of this show far before it. Just saying. So anyway, I'm going to run through. Dragon Lee, Escobar, Mysterio. Escobar, Mysterio win that match. Just going to say it. Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi versus Damage Control. Obviously, the faces are going to win that. They're not going to let Jade Cargill lose her first match. But let me tell you something. I care less about Belair. I could absolutely care less about Naomi. The most overrated female wrestler there is Naomi. Damage Control should win, but they won't. Jimmy versus Jay. Yeet versus Yeet. I don't even know which one's which still. 20 years later, I don't know who's Jimmy and who's Jay. The good brother will win. That's all I'll say. Bailey versus Io Sky. Bailey has to win that. She will. Rhea versus Becky Lynch. I hope Rhea wins. I'm not going through the betting lines. I'm not. But there are people, Duck, and places that you could bet this. And any idiot that bets a predetermined wrestling match is ridiculous. Core 12 will be adrift for it. It's 2 weeks of no core 12. There is a chance. I'm just going to throw this out there. The 22nd, I believe that's the date, April of a Monday. It's the Monday before the NFL draft. That's when I officially do it. But if the move goes well on the 14th, sometime that week, we might run some test runs to make sure my internet and studio is set up properly. So stay tuned. That's why you follow me on every social media platform, because I keep you guys updated on those platforms. You can send me a friend request on Facebook if you want. I'm with TMC. Yeah, I care. I care. I am a fan. I know you are. Who? Fake sports. People actually bet on it. No. Yeah. Yeah. Why? It's all no scripted. Yeah, I mean, it's scripted. No one's supposed to know the outcome outside of a select few, but yeah, it's scripted. So why would people bet it? It's ridiculous. Makes no sense to me. Scripted pro football is great. No, 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 no. If the NFL was actually scripted, which it's not, WrestleMania would be better. Absolutely. Or a Jalen Hurts Kelly. Nah, I'd go Joel Embiid, because Joel Embiid is good. I think if Joel Embiid wasn't injured and dealing with nagging injuries, he would get physically involved. Or if his season had ended or something like that. Can't get him physically involved now. But I would have loved to have seen Jalen Hurts out there, or Joel Embiid out there doing a DX chop with Triple H or something like that. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm in your house. You invite me into your show, and we'll see what happens. Gambling degenerates unite. Yes. UFL have been trying to get into the NFL writers' room for a while now. Yeah. What? Are we pulling? Are we pulling a Stone Cold here? What? 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 Is that what we're doing? Is that what you're trying to do? They're not very creative. Everyone called KC win in overtime. Stop. All right. Some of the other big things. Obviously, Rollins versus Drew. I already said. Priest is going to get involved in that. Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Logan Paul is retaining. If you guys have not watched what Logan Paul has done over his brief 2 years in wrestling, that guy, he might be a total a-hole, D-bag, tool bag, whatever you want to call him. But he's gone all in his training. And I am actually a Logan Paul fan in the ring. I love what he does. And that match is going to be fire. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. And let me tell you something. Logan Paul is winning that match. Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Gunther is going to win that match. Your U.S. champion and IC champion are retaining. Really need to have Chad Gable there. Really need a Chad Gable there, but unfortunately not. Now for the Taylor Jason thing. Definitely scripted. I am the one who put out there the Taylor Swift thing and got no credit. You put it out there. What you put out there? Just finally rolling through some of these things here. Props to Duck. Yeah, props to Duck. Props to Duck. So then obviously you got your two main events. You got the Bloodline, The Rock, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Has implications for the next night. There's no way The Rock is coming back and wrestling a full match and losing. So the Bloodline's winning, which means it means Bloodline rules for Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania. And I'm just going to write down a list here. I wrote it down a list, okay? Names that you will see interfere or get involved in the main event. The Rock will be involved. Jimmy, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Randy Orton may get involved. I forgot about other matches. There's an LA Knight match, too, versus AJ Styles. Hey, LA Knight needs to win. He does. This is the one right here, Marshawn. This is the one right here. Is a deal struck between bitter enemies, Tony Khan and Triple H, to get the natural Dustin Rhodes to appear at WrestleMania to help his brother. That would be the ultimate. There's already been TNA WWE crossovers. The ultimate would be this right here. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've seen a reel. It popped up on my feed multiple times in the last month or two. That the Cody Rhodes theme song, Goldust, before it was Goldust, when he was the Natural in WCW, used to come out to the same song and still do the, like, Cody does this at that one key moment. He used to go like this during that one key moment in the song. That's kind of funny that the same song is being used all this time later. Y2J was Last Good Thing. That's right. Welcome to Raw is Jericho. And then you made the list. Logan Paul is fantastic, man. I'm telling you. Really goes all into it. I was writing a love triangle between Mahomes and Grande and the crap that out of the storylines. Yeah. Is that it? Brother. Oh, yeah. I already put that up there. He is in AEW. And he has been, I think, since day one. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he is still now. And I'm pretty sure he's still under contract. Here's the thing. If it's not Dustin Rhodes, a.k.a. Goldust, coming out to save his brother, is it one? Maxwell? James? MJF? I don't even know what the MJF... Maxwell James Friedman? Is that what... I don't even know. Is it MJF? Is that who comes out to save his good buddy Cody Rhodes? Helps him win the title. And then the next night on Raw, when Cody is out there, MJF comes out and spikes Cody and starts the next biggest feud. You haven't seen MJF in AEW in about 4 months now. Just saying. I think we see Randy and other third generation topple Bloodline and final boss for Dusty. Yeah, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of guys getting physically involved in that match on Sunday night. A lot of guys. That match, it's not going to be these guys specifically. But remember when Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania years ago? And you had everybody from the NWO, everybody from DX. There's literally like 10 guys getting involved in that match. You're going to see the same thing here. You are. Do it for Dusty, the American Dream. Do it for Mama Rhodes. So overrated. I like the list. And Big Boss Man and Poor Pepper. Imagine Dean Ambrose comes out. That I doubt. Obviously. He is still heavily entrenched. Like AEW, for them to send Dustin Rhodes over, be good for them. It would show that they're open to be, for everything, whatever. It'd be good. Well, they're not going to let one of their main stars go do it. But it would be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool. He does hate WWE. He really does. He really does. He's one of the few I don't think ever goes back. And just like that, my last cup of coffee on PSN hosting Trend the AM is over. Yeah, I'm using a winter Christmas cup right now, but half my coffee cups are packed right now. I like that one guy at the party trying to fit in when you talk about wrestling. Is that what it is? Hey, look, it's WrestleMania. It's a big deal. I grew up on WrestleMania. I grew up a wrestling fan. I don't watch it like I used to. I tried getting back into it this year, being with Mania in Philly. I tried. But this whole last 2 months, it's funny that I went from about 2-3 months ago, before the Royal Rumble, I was locked and loaded on WWE and wrestling. And then since the Royal Rumble, I'm tapped out. He's not even watching this. Yeah, exactly. I still think he's announcing the Drew versus Rollins event match. So I think he will get involved somehow. But you gotta, I forget which arm it is. You gotta protect the arm if he does. Let's hear about the No Sponsor Studio. Well, there will be sponsors because EOP has a lot of sponsors on their channel. Ideas? Suck It, DX, also Joel Embiid. Absolutely. I've always been a big wrestling fan. I have been for a very long time. And, the tag team match. I didn't even talk about the tag team match either. Will there be a return there? There's a lot of rumors that the Hardy Boys will be back. I hope not. I hope the Hardys don't return and win a tag team title. That'd be terrible. Should be DIY and Awesome Truth splitting those titles up. The Judgment Day will fall apart at Mania. Damian Priest will cash in and it'll fall apart even more. Come on. When he beat Reza Ramon, Chico, when the 1-2-3 kid beat Chico, I mean, come on. How could you not gotten excited about that? It was the last time I cared about Sean Waltman was when he was the 1-2-3 kid. I can pronounce the majority of their names. I just don't remember what MGF stands for, so I don't know. Maxwell James Friedman? I don't know. I don't know what it stands for exactly. So that's why I can't pronounce his name. But that's that. It's not goofy enough. What? Okay. Hardys don't even walk straight. Like Matt, like limps like crazy, and Jeff, when he's sober, can still do a little bit, but all he does is take bumps. Friend went to a Jeff Hardy rock show. Was it in Philly? Is he in town? Is he around? I didn't even know he was a rock and roller. Like I didn't even know he had a band. It's interesting. Stone Cold listed off like a beat: 2 whiskeys and food, then some tequila, then more beer. Stone Cold. I mean, I still remember WrestleMania 15, the last time it was in Philly. Rock versus Stone Cold. The Stone Cold taking down corporate Rock, finally getting the win, getting his title back. It was a big stretch of time back then. It was actually a really good WrestleMania 15. Just saying. So Jeff Hardy's doing shows in Philly. Dude, everybody flocks to Philly or to wherever the site of WrestleMania is, whether you're involved or not. But yeah, I really feel that there's a big chance that you get the Hardys back at WrestleMania. And I would literally be so disappointed because it's unnecessary. Yep, old ECW arena, should have known. Fozzy is greater than whatever Jeff Hardy's band is called. Just gonna say it. Dang, I hate I'm late to the conversation. Cody gonna finish the story. Yeah, sorry, Stiefel. I'm in about 15 minutes in. Um, there's gonna be at least 6 or 7 guys that get involved in that match. Obviously, the Bloodline guys. You know, maybe Austin, Orton, other third generation. There's gonna be so much. So much. It's gonna be a cluster, honestly. Um, yes, corporate rock is greater than Final Boss Rock. Corporate rock, Hollywood rock is better than Final Boss Rock. Face rock is better. Hollywood rock, when he came out and he did the rock song and then Goldberg came out and speared him. I thought I was so hyped for that. And it was such a letdown. But Final Boss sucks. I'm so over it. Yes, I'm so over it. Um, what a sad scene. I got to tease you with it's not the series finale. It's the season finale. The new season starts in a couple days. Can we talk about the greatness of Billy Joel or something? No. He is the piano man. If he doesn't cut it down to 305, it'll get put on the back in the discount rack like another can of beans. What if Judgment Day is April 8th? Can you do a special show? Can we do a show as the world's ending come live? You guys are, the Core 12 are suckers enough that if I went live as the world was exploding around me, you guys would all be in the chat with me versus with your family because you're all a bunch of suckers like that. Final Boss Warkowski invest. Terrible. Is WrestleMania on pay-per-view? No, it's on Peacock now. So it's on Peacock. If you pay for Peacock, you get it for free. If not, I guess you could sign up for it. It might be on pay-per-view. I don't even know if they do it for non. I don't know why anybody would pay pay-per-view prices when you pay $5 for Peacock and you get it. I don't know. Prefer the term mark. Are you a mark? Okay, you're a mark for my show. Yeah. See, TMZ talks like he doesn't know wrestling, but he knows the word mark. She's always a woman to me. Yeah, it's a great song. I've seen Billy Joel in concert far too many times to count. Captain Phil will get us high tonight. It's not Captain Phil, it's Captain Jack. Just saying. Guys, we're gonna start the wrap-up process here. Final 5 minutes. And I want to thank you all. I hope you all do come and follow me to my new location, Edge of Philly, in 2 weeks. This is the end. My friends of Trending in the AM on PSN, this is the end. It's been a long year and change here. Fantastic growth on this show. I appreciate each and every one of you. I thought about coming up with something sweet to say, but I can't. But I want to shout out everybody. Liam, first off, Brian Cameron, Zach Chavalello, Justin Crosby, the entire team at PSN, welcoming me in, with open arms, helping me grow this from the where it was to where it is now. And then in a week, well, in 2 weeks, it'll be time to take it to the next level. But I want to say special thank you to Liam, giving me to reaching out and giving me a chance. It was only a year and a half ago I had him on this show. And then afterwards he said, "What about PSN?" And I am overly grateful. And I owe a lot to him. So I have no hard feelings. There's no bad blood. There's no bad feelings here. It's just the next step of the journey, which is very important for me in this job to get to what I want to be. It's going to be something that happens every year or two where you got to move along and, continue to grow your rep and continue to grow your following. I expect all the core 12 to join me over at Edge of Philly. I expect the core 12 to then be mixed with a new core 12, and it's just going to continue to grow. The goal is to be the best and biggest morning show in Philadelphia on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on all these platforms. And it's time for the next venture for me. It's time to find new people. It's time to find more than 8 people that will hit the like button. But I want to say thank you because in the last year and change, it's been about 13 months on PSN here, that I've grown as a person, as a content creator, massively. This show went from an hour show to an hour and 15 show to now an hour and a half show every single day. So it's a very, very big thank you to each and every one of you. Eric, Marshawn, K1, Mista, Mitchie Poo, TMZ, all of you. I'm missing some. Will Smith, who's always lurking in the background. HC, Judd. I'm trying to remember every person's name here. Kyle, the statistician. Play graduation. I didn't see. Yes, Mitchie Poo. It is in my contract. You're still not allowed on the show. If you miss it, feel sorry for you. That's right. That's where I'll be in 2 weeks. Liam, I have nothing but love for him. We deserve tears. No, I don't cry. I've all cried out in life. Good morning, Eric. How you doing? Bitterness and reclamation will follow. Yeah, who knows? People might be. I think I've done everything the right way. We are the Wolf Pack. That is right. Just in time. That is right. 2 more hours. Can't. Got to get to work. I got a lot of work to do. Acknowledge me, please. Core 12 need a better nickname. The Twisted 12. No, the Core 12 will never go anywhere. Shout out Duck. Yes, Duck. That's right. Demented Dozen. No, I'm very happy with the Core 12. Very happy with that name. Thank you very much, Mister. I appreciate that. The People's Champ. I don't know about that, but pretty close. But yes. Thank you, TMZ, and all your name changes. Thanks to HC, Judd. Trying to remember some of the people that tune in just occasionally. This last 13 months has been wild. Seeing shows getting 300-400 views on YouTube. Wild. Getting super chat tips for the first time in my life. Humbling. Amazing guests. Realizing that you guys don't want guests. And it's better just to let you guys do your thing in the comments and respond to it. I wasn't always where your opinions actually matter. That is something that I came up with after growing with you guys and the Core 12 here in the early stages. This show is a massive part of my life. I wake up every morning. I think about hitting the snooze button. Then I don't. I'm like, let's get going. Let's get live. Let's get talking. And I do this every day. I don't think I've missed many days in the last year and a half or year and change. Yes, thank you. You better be there. Cody Crybabies will see his story complete. That's my prediction. Probably, yes. And it'll be funky. It won't be clean, but it will be. Yeah, please. It's a great song. Good luck in the new house. I already know you will do look, nothing will change. The show is not going to change at all. It's just going to be on a new home. That's it. My new house and a new home for the show. Love it. I'm super pumped, super excited. It's going to be a whirlwind in the next 2 weeks, moving and stuff like that. Yeah, it would be. It would be pretty funny. What is your new YouTube channel name? so we can subscribe. Edge of Philly Sports. Okay, that's where I will be. We complete him. You do complete me, Marshawn. Marshawn, you're not a part of the Core 12, Marshawn. You're part of the OGs. You're part of my DSM days, my man. But Marshawn, you've been around forever. I saw you commenting on like show. I watch a lot of YouTube and at work, and I see you comment on other shows too and other channels. So I know you'll follow me anywhere. Yeah, I wish. I wish. Look, it's been a humbling last 13 months with PSN. I'm time for a change. New home, new studio, new home channel. Guys, with that, it is time for me to say my farewells one final time. You are Paul Heyman. You're my advocate, Marshawn. I don't know who you are on Twitter, but supposedly you know me on Twitter. But it is time. One final time here. Eric, you are an OG as well. Eric, I'm actually friends on Facebook with Eric. That's how OG he is. Never met him, but we are actually friends on Facebook. And it feels good to find my phone. I love it, man. I love it. I do the same thing at the pizza shop. I always got it on the background at the pizza shop. I don't pay for TV at the pizza shop. I either use my Fios guide from my TV guide from home at the pizza shop, or I watch YouTube stuff. And that's it. Siri, play My Way. Peace out. That's right. One final time. A-Town, down and out. That's right. Yes, Duck, this is basically what it is. One final time on this very show for 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will be back. But one final time. I will post everything on Twitter next week. Once it's not official here, but EOP has not put anything out officially on their pages. They will this weekend, I'm sure. We are. We're like this. There's Eric. There's another guy, Mike, who on Twitter, he doesn't watch this show. He's actually randomly Googled my address, found my address, and shipped me a case of beer from North Carolina. That's how much I've got some friends out there, thanks to all this. But guys, one final time. This is the end of Training the AM on Philadelphia Sports Network. In 2 weeks, we'll be re-debuting live on Edge of Philly, 8 a.m. still. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, at Beard and Knowledge to get all the information. And let's just end the show as we end every show. Guys, go Birds.